What's up, tech heads? Welcome to Aces Tech. So today we are going to be comparing the Michael Kors Lexington 2 smartwatch. Again, can never say that correctly, compared to the Samsung Galaxy Active 2. Now, I've compared the Fossil Gen 5 to this smartwatch, and I would have to say, if you want more in-depth comparison video, definitely check that out, because honestly speaking, the Michael Kors smartwatch is identical to that. The only difference is that this costs more, which you can also check out my comparison video where I compare this to the Fossil Gen 5, and pretty much I stated in there, why pay an extra $200? Because again, this is $400, and right now for Black Friday you can actually get the Fossil Gen 5 for $205. So why pay $400 for this when you can pay $200 and get a similar smartwatch with the Fossil? Again, if you want an in-depth comparison video of these two, definitely check out the Active 2 versus the Gen 5, which I have here as well. So check that out if you want. So I'm just gonna quickly just cover different aspects of to smartwatches, and we'll get back to you guys in the end with my final conclusion, which one you guys should get. All right, so let's get right into it. So let's start with the design of the smartwatch. Now this is the normal, this is not the LTE. The LTE is more premium than this. It's all metal build and has, I believe, a metal band. But I like the look of this. It's sporty, very light, and also it looks a little, fancy. It looks a little luxurious. And so I definitely love the look of this. And something I can't stress enough, the screen. I mean, look at the screen just popping out at you. The screen is so beautiful on the smartwatch, right? So this is the Michael Kors. The screen is okay. It's not the best of screen, but it gets the job done. And this does have GPS fitness tracker, and you can use this to track all your workout and stuff. But I mean, seriously, this is so heavy compared to the Active 2. So my thing's like, if you're more into fitness, if you're going to be running, I highly would recommend this. That's why this is a killer combo, like I stated. It looks good. It can be a luxurious watch, but it definitely acts and looks really good for as a fitness watch as well. All right, so design wise, I'm just going to give you guys a look. So the back, sorry, this is my daily driver, so it looks pretty beat up, so I apologize for that. Heart rate monitor in the back. This has the EKG as well. It hasn't been officially updated, but it's an update that's supposed to be coming pretty soon to enable that feature like the the Apple Watch has, to where detects falls, right? So if you fall, if you're if you have grandparents and they fall a lot and they break their hips and stuff like that, they'll be able to detect that and hopefully call for emergency backup when they can't do it themselves. So that feature should be coming to this. Is definitely not available for this as well. All right, so design wise, again, I definitely think it's all up to whoever. If you want a luxurious watch, like just a stunner, right, this is definitely the smartwatch to get. I mean, look at this, all golded out. They have great wallpapers. I feel like this definitely is a great luxurious watch, but if you're looking for a good fitness tracker and also a good luxurious looking watch, this definitely is pretty cool. And I definitely prefer the screen over the Michael Kors smartwatch. So it's a toss-up. It's a toss-up, but I do believe by far this is one of the best looking smartwatches. But again, if you're looking for fitness, more fitness watch, I would say look into this. But pound for pound, the best looking smartwatch has to go to the Michael Kors. So yeah, but again, you can pass by with this because it has a luxurious look and it's also a great fitness track. And if you want to compare weight, this has an app cardiogram that you can use to sleep track and track your sleep. But honestly speaking, if you're going to sleep with the smartwatch, this is a heavy as heck smartwatch compared to this being a lot light, and also you can track your sleep with this. So design wise too, I feel like if you're looking for something that, you know, it's more stealth, more light, more, you know, something that you can use to fall asleep and track your sleeping, I would say look into this. So it's a toss up. It depends on what you want when it comes to design. So let's talk about features. I definitely believe that they both are pretty packed when it comes to features. This has a GPS, this has the EKG that I stated. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but you guys hopefully know what I mean. Again, GPS, speakers, microphone, you can make phone calls, you can take phone calls. This has internal storage, but I believe it's 4 gigs compared to 8 gigs. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, might be a little off there. And this definitely has 1 gig of RAM, and this does not. I believe this has 720 MB. But I do find overall that they are both pretty snappy devices, and we'll talk more about that. They both are water resistant. Battery life wise, I definitely think this my Active 2 is last me a lot longer than this. I get about a day and a half with the Michael Kors smartwatch, to where I get about 2+ days, 2.5 days with the Active 2 on a single charge. But this uses a lot of Samsung apps, so if you want to make payments, you have to use Samsung Pay, compared to where this is heavily using Google ecosystem. So you have stuff like Google Keep, Android. So if you Google Pay, I think that's what it's called these days. They keep changing the name. But if you want to make payments, you have to use mostly like all Google stuff, Google Fit, Google Pay, and Google Keep, and all that jazz. So that's also something to think about. If you're heavily invested in Samsung ecosystem, I would say look into this, compared to if you heavily invested in Google's ecosystem. I would say look into this. Sorry about the blurriness, I was trying to clear that up too. All right, again, performance wise, I believe these two are definitely snappy devices. Something I'm noticing though is that when this gets an update, the Active 2 kind of slows down for a little bit, but eventually catches up. So to show you guys how this navigates, if you scroll back, you get all of your notifications back here, right? If you push this button, it gives you access to all of your applications. Right, you can go to the store. They both have stores, so if you want to download more apps, you can click the Galaxy Store, and you can come here and download apps. And I'll show you that on the Michael Kors smartwatch, to where you can use the Play Store, Google Play Store, to download apps here as well. They both can make phone calls, and so again, performance wise, these are top tiers. This is one of the best performing Samsung watches I've ever used, and this is by far one of the best snappiest wear OS watch that I've ever used as well. So performance, I believe that they are both great. I'll show you how this works navigation wise. So if you scroll up, you see your notifications. If you scroll down, you see your settings. If you scroll left, you have access to your Google Assistant. Scroll right, you have your tiles, which are widgets, and this also has tiles as well. Let me just show you guys how that works. So these are pretty much your tiles as well. They pretty much widgets for your smartphone, and if you tap it, you get more in-depth look. Same thing with Wear OS devices too, as you can see. If you just can't show the weather, let me tap in one of these. But yeah, if you tap on it, it gives you more breakdown on the widget as well. So performance wise, they are both really good. One of the best in their class for sure. So hope that answers that question. So price is where I think this makes it an easy sell for me. So the Active 2 is $300, where the Lexington Michael Kors smartwatch is $400. So honestly speaking, when comparing this to the Fossil Gen 5, I chose this as the winner because honestly speaking, I feel like Samsung is making a better attempt to try to be one of the best smartwatch in the market. They added, for instance, a lot of complaints that they had previously was they didn't have enough apps like Google does with the Wear OS and Apple does, but then they added Twitter, they added YouTube, they added Google Translator. And so when it comes to apps now, I feel like this definitely, you know, is pretty close to what Wear OS can do. And again, you can see Samsung making the push. As you guys know, Google just purchased Fitbit, so it's going to be interesting to see, you know, when I compared the both of these, I was saying that it seems like Google wasn't interested in the Wear OS platform anymore. It seems like they were just, you know, just leaving it to die. But with that investment, with that purchase of Fitbit, it shows that they're committed to do something Wear OS. So I would personally say, again, price wise, when I compare these two, sorry to run off track, when I compare these two, I give the edge to this, right? And so putting this against this, I'm definitely giving the edge to this because this is cheaper than this. Again, this is $400 and this is $300, and I feel like overall this is a better steal of a deal. Again, you can get it for like $250 right now because Black Friday, and this is still $400. So price wise, I definitely think this takes the cake as one of the best smartwatch you can buy for the price. And so just to conclude, again, if you want an in-depth comparison, go watch my Active 2 versus Fossil Gen 5. I go more into that, but I still choose this. If you have an Android device, I still feel like this is by far the best best smartwatch for Android right now. Fossil 5 comes second close, and then, you know, we can bring in the Michael Kors Lexington 2 Pro. But that's my comparison. Let me know if you guys like this video. All right, fellas, thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Till next time, peace.